The only reason why they ever become gun shy is because we didn't do a good job of exposing them to that noise in the correct way. So you're going to need some tools to help you do that. Number one, a couple of two-way radios would be good. You're going to need a person to fire the gun for you. You're going to need a starter pistol, a thunder cannon, maybe even a shotgun, because all of these noisemakers have a slightly different noise and they can be significantly louder. So we want to expose our dog to all the various noises that they might come into contact with. And you're going to also need some things to distract your dog. You can use things like toys, you can use bumpers, you can use food, something like that. You're going to go out in the yard with your dog, and you're going to have the person that has the noisemakers go about 100 yards away from you. And while that person is out there getting close to 100 yards, you can begin to distract your dog with the food, with the toys, and radio the gunner and ask them to fire the gun. And what you really need to do is watch how your dog behaves when they hear the gunshot. Most of them are probably not even going to acknowledge it. At 100 yards, it sounds pretty dull. If the dog doesn't indicate that they've heard anything, ask the person who's shooting to move in 20 yards closer to you and fire the gun off a few more times. If everything looks good and your dog is not startled by it, again, ask them to move in another 20 yards and begin firing the gun off while we continue to distract our dog with food treats, doing treat training, or playing with toys. And at some point, you may see your dog kind of look up. They're going to look inquisitive, or maybe they look a little startled. If that's the case, if they're just a little inquisitive, we're going to move the person shooting the gun a little further away. But it's a very rare occasion when we have to do that. In most cases, we can continue moving the gunner in by 10 more yard increments until the person that's shooting the gun is only 20 yards away from the dog. We want to start with our noisemaker that's the quietest, and this is often the starter pistol. Then we'd like to move the person shooting the gun back out in the field that 100 yards and use the boom cannon, and then follow up with a shotgun and just do that process. Again, this would take you maybe one or two lessons. That's it. And by the time you get done, your dog will be quite comfortable and familiar with the sound of a noisemaker like a pistol or a shotgun.